The only thing that we can do now as men is focus on being a better man. Okay? And that's what I was saying. That's what I was meaning by the title. Like, a quarter zip doesn't make you a man, or whatever I end up editing. It's a great start, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. How you appear, how you dress, it's a form of communication. So how you dress is definitely important. It's the message that you're sending to the world. The YN trend is funny or cute or whatever, terminology we using for us talking about what's supposed to be like a funny haha. That's cool. That's cool. But the message that you giving off is like, yo, don't, what I'm saying? I'm not with the games. Like, I play COD for real, which is cool. But like I said, I ain't gonna lie, ain't nothing cool about that. Like, why, bro? You probably so talented. There's so much you can do with your life. Like, why is that the trend that you fell for? You probably so dope, so talented. And that's what I mean by being a man that works on himself. Like, work on yourself, work on being better. Because that talent that you got is not going to mean anything in your life if you don't cultivate it. Who said you can't use gaming to encourage people? Who said you can't use gaming to teach people the ways? Not me. Welcome to the new episode of Gems and Gaming. Get ready as we log in to share some life wisdom and put you on game. Let's get it. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Hey, forgive me for the rage baiting title thumbnail. I was talking about this with my wife. I thought it would be a good title for the video. But shout out to the trend that's going on right now. All the young men changing their attire, or they getting on a new fashion trend, wearing a quarter zip. To me, it just reminds me of like the high school when I was going there, and we was rocking polos and tees and stuff like that. We was on a Kanye West swag. But, that's all cool. But I was having a deeper conversation with my wife, not outside of just the cool trend that's going on right now. But, man, there's so many lessons I did not learn as a young man that I wish that I did. Of course, I needed, like, everything that I went through in order to become the man that I am, to even feel confident enough to have this conversation and put it on the internet with, potentially 8 billion people. For me to even feel like I'm experienced enough to talk in this area, I had to go through a lot of things. And some of those things I just really, really wish I knew younger. So that's what I'm here to do now, man. So what status am I today? I'm Unc status. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. All right. So I did all the things that I would have wanted my father to do if I had him in my life, or father to be if I had him around. All right. So I ain't have that, but I am that. So now I'm giving that to you. So now you have it. Let me tell y'all why I chose this particular topic of the day. So as I'm like speaking with my I don't really know, I want to call him my mentee, my protege. I have a lot of younger men that I try to be a role model for, and a role model to. And one of those young men, I was having a conversation with him, and we were just talking about our relationships with women. Not like, he can't really understand being a husband because he's a younger man, so he's dating right now. He's in college. But I'm talking to him about my relationship with women back in the day, and he's obviously relating as of now, because he's kind of going through that and understanding what I mean. And I think a lot of men, I would say if you a 20-year-old to 25-year-old, I think this would make a lot of sense for you more. But if you're in like high school, then this will eventually make a lot of sense. But as of right now, it probably won't be super relevant. But you'll kind of get what I mean by the first point that we kind of resonated with together, which is every single man, and I mean every single man, in order to get a girl that we are into or a girl that we want, man, we would do any type of, let's just say, persuasion in order to let them understand that, we're into them, or let them understand, like, yo, I'm the one, bro. You got to talk to me, bro. Like, you got to talk to me, bro. I'm the one. At least that's the thought process. Like, it's me and nobody else. You got to choose me. And the best way that men know how to court a woman, I guess is the word. The best way we know how to do that is to show them what we're really, really good at. Right? And to showing a woman what you're really, really good at is like an athlete's version of like balling out a little bit. Like, yeah, for example, you a hooper. You on the team. You on varsity. Now you trying to show old girl, why you on varsity. Or you trying to show old girl why you like the best, the best hooper. Because women appreciate men that work hard. First off, that should have been the first thing I spoke about. Women appreciate men that work hard. Let's start there. So when you work hard, you're typically good at the thing that you do. Okay, all right. Whether you freaking a janitor, bro, and if your woman was trying to see how good you are as being a janitor, and your location that you're cleaning is super dirty, then she is not going to believe that you work hard. All right. So if you are a janitor, you better hope you got the cleanest place ever. Right. That way she knows, like, yo, my man work hard. People think you got to be a star in order to get women. That's not the case, man. Honestly, the biggest case is when women appreciate men that work hard. Now, when you work hard, eventually the rewards will start to show your hard work. So eventually it'll be like you'll be stable financially, emotionally. You start to represent the type of man that she wants her son or daughter to look up to eventually. Like, you start to become more of a father figure type, or a good role model. Like, now people starting to look up to you. And now, when that's the case, you won't really have trouble with women when you get to that point. But when you're young and you're trying to figure out who you are and you're just working hard at whatever you do, like, we do whatever we can to try to impress those women. Even though I'm not a basketball star, she about to see that I don't know, I'm the best carpenter, or the best so-and-so, or I'm freaking hilarious, I'm the coolest one in my friends group. Like, whatever the case is, whatever our big thing is, we will try to flex that thing. And that's that's one way that at least I am of the mindset that we try to court women. We just try to show them that, like, we really cool. Like, for me, I'm a really good writer, so I used to write love songs. Love songs, poems. I mean, what's the difference, right? Love song, poem. I used to write a lot of poems. I used to write them physically or email. Lord, please don't let someone be like, "Oh yeah, I got one still." Not that I'm embarrassed about my writing. I was a really good writer, but I don't want everybody seeing. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's writing. Or for a famous streamer, he probably showing people how many followers he got. Or, like I said, if you a janitor, you probably gonna show your girl how clean whatever it is you cleaning is. We all have our thing that we do. Now, for women, here's a different thing. I'm gonna tell y'all, and this really isn't about women, but I'm gonna just let you know something that you have no idea about if you're a younger man. Maybe you kind of get it, but for as an older man, let me tell you something that I wish I knew. Women have all the power, bro. If they want you, then they'll pursue you. if they don't want you, you stand no chance, big dog. Let it go, cuz. Let it go. If you're in the friend zone, just know that you are literally the homie. And you cool. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna not hang out with you, but you the homie. So be the homie and ask her for advice or recommendations. Hey, use her. Hey, use her for your letter of recommendation when you trying to talk to one of her friends or something. Cause I'm gonna tell you straight up, if a woman not interested in you, she does not. You know, it's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. I'm just tell you straight up. Now, with that in mind, now we know a woman's not going to, talk to you if she's not interested. Now that we know that, the only thing that we can do now as men is focus on being a better man. Okay? And that's what I was saying. That's what I was meaning by the title, like a quarter zip doesn't make you a man or whatever I end up editing. It's a great start though. I'm not gonna lie. How you appear, how you dress, it's a form of communication, So how you dress is definitely important. It's the message that you're sending to the world. The YN trend is funny or cute or whatever, terminology we using for us talking about what's supposed to be like a funny haha. That's cool. But the message that you giving off is like, yo, don't, what I'm saying? I'm not with the games. Like, I play COD for real, which is cool. But like I said, I ain't gonna lie, ain't nothing cool about that. Like, why, bro? You probably so talented. There's so much you can do with your life. Like, why is that the trend that you fell for? You probably so dope, so talented. And that's what I mean by being a man that works on himself. Like, work on yourself, work on being better. Because that talent that you got is not going to mean anything in your life if you don't cultivate it. All right? So dressing up to appear like a well, decent, educated man is great. Now that you are looking the part, now here's how to be the part. Actually pick up a book. Yo, we got the quarter book trend. I know that's lame. I know that's corny, whatever. But for real though, pick up a book. You know what I'm saying? Read. There's this book called 50 Things Every Young Gentleman Should Know. 50 Things Every Young Gentleman Should Know. And I read that book when I was 13. It's an easy read. I mean, I read it in middle school, and I'm a much better reader now, like much more avid reader. Like I'm into a lot of, I'm into a lot of books now. So we're not gonna say nothing. Oh, this man just hurt Wemby. Hey, that's how San Antonio fans got to be for real in real life. If Wemby got hurt, boy, I bet everybody be like, oh no, our season. But yeah, I read the book 50 Things Every Young Gentleman Should Know early, right? Like early in my life, early into my reading. So it's a real easy book. And you guys, if you're not an avid reader, I understand. This is a book for you. Trust me. This is a book for you. It's easy to read. And in that book, it just talks about little things like how you greet people, how you dress, how you even eating utensils. It teaches you how to eat utensils, how to treat women, right? How to not pick fights when it's not important. Like, it's a real good book. I think it's about the Brooks Brothers. I read that book in middle school, and I tried to be that way and behave that way and act that way. And I was called all sorts of names by other young men. L7, which means square, is probably the corniest diss I think I ever heard in my life. L7, like, just call me a square, bro. Hey, I'm just going back through memory lane now. But I'm thinking about one of my homies who actually called me that. But now I'm looking fast forward in the future. I got the wife, I got the kids, I got the business, right? So you might be viewed as a square or corny or whatever the case is. Whatever. when you young, that's how people view you. When you get older, when you get to my age, bro, like that's what people expect from you. But it doesn't happen overnight. You got to do the work early. Like the man that I grew into, I've been putting in work to try to grow into this man since a kid. You know, it took since a teenager, since being a young man. I made a lot of mistakes. Trust me, I made a lot of mistakes. I look back on some things like, man, I was insufferable, bro. Like, why are y'all friends with me? I don't understand. But, it's trial and error when it comes to being a man, though. You gotta figure things out. You know what I mean? You gotta test the waters, see what to do and what not to do. But I say it's way better to learn sooner than later. Cause trust me, life, it gets harder, bro. It doesn't get easier. So, if you don't start now, you definitely gonna think when you in your 30s and your 40s, you still probably going to the club listening to Drake, still acting the same way you act when you were 17. Eventually you gonna wake up like, bruh, I ain't got no wife, I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no home. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And you're just gonna be tired, bro, and it's gonna be hard for you to eventually try to become the man that you knew that you were always meant to be, because it gets harder to date the older you get. Trust me, like all the good girls gone, bro. Like they getting married. They finding the ones with potential. Good girls know there's no such thing as a perfect man, because that doesn't exist. Good girls make you a better man, but in order for you to get the good girl, you at least gotta be on the way of being towards being a man. If you clubbing and drinking and partying every single weekend, then I highly evaluate what you're doing. Because look, here's the thing. I know a lot of men game. I'm gaming right now. Dude, this is your honest opinion. Your honest opinion from your mind, from your perspective. Do you honestly believe that the rest of the men who also game just like me, do you feel like they can have this same mentality, the same perspective, the same lifestyle if in their free time, instead of coaching and instead of spending time with their wife or their kid, they was clubbing? Do you still feel like they'll be the same? Like, basically what I mean is how you spend your time is very important. I love that you looking the part, but now you got to be the part. Now you got to. I'm trying to get you Dylan up. My fault, Dylan. I'm staring right in the soul. It's like, it's like he was looking. It's like, it's like he was looking for real. He's like, I know IRL. He looking for Dylan Harper. Yeah, my fault, Dylan. I'm trying to get you, bro. And everybody know now, but it's all good. Okay, I got you, Carter. But yeah, man. Look, man. Looking apart is cool, but it's time to do the work. And basically, just ask yourself something simple: what type of man would I be okay, or would I look up to if I was younger? Like inside the house, like dating my mom, being a dad to my brother and my sister to me. It's hard. It's easier when you put into perspective of other people. Like if you're real close with your sister and neither one of y'all got y'all father, like it's easier to think, okay, how would I like our father to have treated my sister? And then that way it's easy for you to there you go, Dylan. Hey. That way it's easy for you to be like, all right, because you treat my sister well, I'm cool with the way you treat me. For the most part. I'm just talking conceptually. Basically, picture the man that you wish that you had, and then start to be that man. Dressing and looking the part is cool. It's great. That's actually a fantastic start. That's a perfect start. Now, do the work, do the little things, I'm not saying avoid women, and date. But the women that want you they're going to want you. No, don't worry about it. They're going to come. Now make sure that you're becoming a man that a good woman would want. And they gonna be out there. Trust me. And they're not gonna look like the baddies, bro. They're not gonna have the lashes and the nails and the, whatever it is that you thinking you want, bro. You are, no disrespect, you are not a celebrity, bro. You listen. They come with a lot of. They're very demanding. Okay, but that's because they want a complete package, and they feel like they're a complete package, and they want the complete package lifestyle. The good women want to build their home with the boy that they decided to turn it, that they decided that they'll help or is worth watching them grow into a man. I'm just letting you know the real, from someone that's been married. I live in Atlanta. I've seen plenty of women. I've seen plenty of good women. I've dated both. I married the one. I'm trying to tell you, not a lot of people marry the one, bruh. Not a lot of people marry the one because they want the benefits without the work. It's lazy, it's corny, it's goofy. Wearing a quarter zip, you're not gonna get the lifestyle of someone who wears the quarter zip without putting in the work. Like, it's cool to look the part. That's a good way to start, feeling like the part. But now you gotta do the work to be and have and maintain that part. Ooh, that's a good play. Dang, he played me. That's a great play. Yeah, I call timeout too. Anyway, look, y'all get the point. At least I expect. I don't want this video to be too long, like all my videos. I'm now in the second quarter. Of course, I'm gonna keep going. Wemby got hurt, but I guarantee I'm gonna win. It's the NBA Cup too. I feel real good about this. I guarantee I'm gonna win. But look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end on this note. I rage baited you for sure with the title, but young men, y'all doing the right things by trying to change the narrative and pushing the better side for us. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I need us to continue to stay on this trend of like, all right, let's change the narrative. And now every young man goes, I'm gonna find the one to marry before I'm 30. I'm not saying it's gonna happen for you, but if you have that mentality, then you're gonna start looking for the one to marry before you're 30. And that way you ain't gotta be 39 in the club talking to an 18-year-old, bro. Go home. Go home. No disrespect to you, but it's time to grow up. Listen, man, y'all take it easy and God bless.